In this video, I'm going to explain to you a few things that could make trading 10 times easier for you. Have you ever wondered what the 1% of extremely successful traders do that others don't, and why the vast majority of people struggle to actually make money? As you know, forex trading and trading in general is very, very difficult. So what do these 1% actually do differently than everybody else that struggles to make money from the markets? Now, in this video, I'm going to speak from my personal experience as well as going through this process of literally coaching hundreds of people to becoming successful forex traders. And I'm going to tell you the commonalities amongst the ones that do become successful versus the ones that continue to struggle. Not every single person that tries to become a successful forex trader will, and not every single person that joins a coaching program will become successful either. But here are the few things that the most successful forex traders that I've seen actually do. The first thing that'll make your forex trading journey a lot easier is to not buy low and sell high. And this is controversial because we've been taught our whole lives that how we make money on any assets is we buy it when it's low and we sell it when it's high. And here's the big problem with that. What you're going to take a look at here is an extreme example of a currency pair, Euro CHF. And what we're actually going to look at is the sentiment. And essentially what this is this pulls in all of the data from retail traders, from all different brokers, and gives you an idea of whether people are net long or they're net short on an asset. And I pulled up this example because it's an extreme one, but you'll get what I mean. So as you can see right here, 85% of people on Euro CHF are actually long. However, when you go and you take a look at the chart, you can see that it's very clear that Euro CHF is in a downtrend. So why are 85% of people long when we're currently in a downtrend? And you've probably heard that the trend is your friend, right? So what are all these people doing wrong? They're doing what we call buying low and selling high, right? So they think that here's prices over here, I'm going to buy. And so what people are essentially trying to do is they're trying to catch the bottom. Now it works the exact opposite. In an uptrend, most people are going to be short because they think that the asset is overpriced and they're trying to catch the top. The problem with buying low and selling high is the fact that you don't know how low or how high an asset can go. So while you may think that this is the lowest that it's going to go, it continues to drop. And you may think this is the lowest and it continues to drop. And so by trying to buy low and sell high, or trying to catch the tops and the bottoms of the market, which is a big problem that you see accentuated by overbought and oversold indicators that basically tell people to buy things when they are oversold or sell things when they're overbought. The problem is that you could be running against a very, very big trend that you don't know how far will go. So the best traders will know this and they'll trade with the trend. The next thing that I see amongst the most successful forex traders that I've studied is the fact that they focus. And what do I mean by they focus? Well, when I first started trading, I thought that I had to try to find as many trading opportunities as possible. My market watch, I'd basically pull up 20 different assets in my market watch and I'd be sifting through 20 different charts, just sifting, trying to find a good trade setup. However, the problem is that all of these currency pairs or all these assets will move differently. And so a strategy that may work on gold may not work on Euro US dollar, or a strategy that works on Euro US dollar may not work on USD JPY. And so what I've seen from the most successful forex traders, for the most part, only trade like one market. For example, one of the guys that I know that's one of the most successful traders, pretty much all he trades is XAU USD or gold. And occasionally he'll trade GBP JPY. But the reality is that he's very, very focused on just one or two markets. So if you can focus on one, two, maybe three markets max, you'll get the idea of how these certain markets actually move. Now, also on that same note about being focused, was what I've noticed is these traders are very disciplined and they only trade at certain times when the volume is highest. So this will make your trading a lot simpler if you just focus on one or two markets and you trade at the exact same time, because you'll start to notice trends or patterns that happens at these certain times in these certain currency pairs. Now, the third thing that I've noticed among the most successful traders is that they're very disciplined with their risk management. Now, also at the same token, they'll also have a daily drawdown limit and a weekly drawdown limit. So let's say that their weekly drawdown limit is 5%. If they get to a 5% drawdown in the week, then they're done. And when they say they're done, they're done. So while this does take a lot of discipline, because there may be good setups, or you may have this feeling that you need to get your 5% that you lost back or your 2% that you lost back, and you see a great setup, you have to be strict on these daily drawdown and max drawdown limits. And I think that's why we see a lot of prop firms that they also have a daily drawdown limit and a max drawdown limit. Now, the next thing that I realized amongst the most successful traders, and this is a no-brainer, but this will just pretty much automatically give you a 3 times higher odds of becoming a profitable trader. But we did this study and we basically studied 43 million million trades on a retail brokerage, which was one of the largest brokers. For example, with this study with Euro US dollar, that we saw that retail traders had a 61% win rate, meaning that 61% of the time when Euro US dollar was traded, it actually resulted in a winning trade. And so you may think, well, hey, if people are able to win 61% of the time, how come they're not profitable? And the answer lies in their risk to reward ratio. So you can see on Euro US dollar, you can see in blue the average gain, and then you can see in red the average loser. So the losses were 70% bigger than the wins. The average losing trade was 83 pips loss, and the average winning trade was only a 48 pip winner. The data shows us that 53% of all accounts that operated on at least a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio actually turned a net profit in a 12-month sample period. And those who operated under a 1-to-1, a mere 17% of those traders were actually profitable over a 12-month period of time. You are more than 3 times more likely to become a profitable trader if you simply use a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. And the last thing that I noticed among successful traders is that the majority of them, especially in the forex market, tend to be scalpers, right? There's 2 schools of thought. There's scalping and then there's swing trading. And while a lot of people will say that swing trading is easier because it moves slower and you don't have to be as quick, the reality is that this is a lot of the times psychologically more difficult for the average person from what we've seen in coaching literally hundreds and hundreds of people. Whereas, well, yes, you do need to be a little bit quicker. Scalping allows you to set a period of time that you'd like to trade. Maybe it's for an hour or 2 hours per day, and to be able to get into a trade and get out of the trade and be done with your trading and not have this thoughts in the back of your head of needing to go back to the charts and check your trades and see, where this trade's at all throughout the day. It allows you to have a lot more peace of mind to be able to get into the markets and get out of the markets quicker. So from what we've seen, and this is just our personal experience, but from raising successful traders, we found that the most successful ones tend to stick to a scalping strategy versus a swing trading strategy. Now, if you're looking for a scalping strategy that can actually work, check out this video that I did where I interviewed one of the most successful forex traders that I know. He talks about a 5-minute scalping strategy that has nearly a 90% win rate. It's really, really awesome. So go ahead and check that out right now.